You're done!
Thank you, don't forget me! Thank you, don't forget me!
Boom!
The screaming eagles are under fire.
You can take me!
The enemy has come to silence the guns.
Behave!
Communist fire comes from everywhere.
Don't forget! Don't forget! You can take me! Don't forget me! Thank you can take me! Thank you can take me!
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is a fucking disaster. It also left me with one of the most unique gaming experiences I've ever had in my entire life. I'm incredibly conflicted on how I feel about this game, so I'll try to summarize it as best I can in this video. One thing that I can say definitively, however, is that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is officially the best worst game ever made. This game is unorthodox and unique, so I feel as if my review should be the same. I could go into detail talking about all the different gameplay mechanics and plot points, etc., but I feel as if people have already done that before. I want to bring something new. I want to talk about my experience of actually playing this game, because I've been run down with every single fucking emotion possible during my playthrough. Happiness, sadness, anger, bewilderment, the sudden urge to throw my Switch out of the window. Sometimes all of these things happened at once. And without further ado, let's get into the details and explore why this game is so polarizing, yet so good.
I have the power of God and shaving on my side.
To anyone who doesn't know what this game is, let me give you a quick rundown. At its heart, Xenoblade is a game where you meet a goddess swordwoman, defeat edgy bad guy number 94, and meet God, thus saving the world. It's a JRPG, and considered to be one of the best in its genre, which honestly says a lot about the state of RPGs when you think about it. But to be honest, I didn't really care about the plot too much when playing. As far as I was concerned, it only served to move me from one hilarious cutscene to the next. I don't actually remember much of the things that happened during the story, and I certainly don't have the time or energy to play through another 74 hours just to beat the main campaign. And yes, that is how long it took me to beat it. I largely skipped over side quests and optional material as well, so that speaks volumes about the game's length and how unnecessarily fucking tedious it was, but you know, I'll get to that part later. But, despite the game being so long, it gave me plenty of time to sit with its characters and understand them and vibe with them, so they're one of my favorite parts of the game, and I'll definitely be covering that as well. We're gonna jump back in time a little bit for this one. When I completed the first couple story missions, I was given free reign to explore Gormat, the first truly open world in the game. I had met new traveling companions, Nia, the Welsh cat lady, and Pyra, the severely underdressed waifu bait. The scenery of Gormat was lush and filled with unique enemies. The music was powerful and jump-started my desire to run around. Feeling confident and excited, I took my first step into the beginner's open field. I immediately got wrecked by a giant goddamn monkey with laser eye vision who could spot a fly from a mile away. Okay, seriously, who the fuck put this monkey here? This is ridiculous. Clearly, my fresh start in this new game was not going so well. This is even more obvious when I noticed that all the enemies had incredibly high HP bars, which often got me into fights that lasted several minutes. There are certain things that I absolutely cannot fucking stand in video games, and enemies with absurdly large pools of health are one of them. The combat of Xenoblade is the equivalent of playing Skyrim on Master Difficulty and selecting a fork as your weapon of choice. It's a war of attrition, not skill. Halfway through the game, I actually had to turn the difficulty down. Not because the game was too hard, but because the fights lasted way too long. God, that did 10,000 damage. This thing is so fucking tanky, dude. It's actually ridiculous. A chain attack and combo system exists within the game as well, and I took advantage of it whenever I could. But despite using these advanced methods of attack, the fights continued to overstay their welcome every time. Enemies in this game are sandbags with a robot or monster texture thrown over top. Hey guys, at least the music is good. Well, I mean, it is really good. The soundtrack in this game is fucking beautiful. In fact, it's one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in my life. And after I completed this game, I honestly listened to it for a fucking month straight. I could not help myself. It was so good. But I can't use the music in this video because Nintendo is actually... Hold on, I gotta make sure I'm not, like, you know, being spied on by Nintendo. But they would literally fucking copyright strike and location lock any video that uses music from this game. Nintendo, please, God. Why do you have to do this to me? I'm so sad. Boom! Beautiful transition. Fuck you! Xenoblade oozes with creativity and unconventional elements. For example, you see the ground I'm walking on right now? We aren't actually standing on Earth. We're standing on a giant titan, a creature so large that it's able to sustain a massive ecosystem and support human life just on its back alone. The world building and locations in this game were so cool. When playing through this game again for the sake of this review, the thing I enjoyed most of all was revisiting all of these interesting spots. I love how in the Leftharian archipelago you walk underneath the Cloud Sea, bearing witness to all the creatures underneath. It's so fucking cool, man. Jeez. I love how when walking through Araya, the dark and gloomy scenery opens up to reveal a gorgeous plethora of colorful trees. This moment in particular stuck out to me most and was actually the reason I decided to buy this game in the first place. The location snatched me up so quickly in this aesthetic that I just knew I had to buy it, man. It's crazy. Araya is still one of the most gorgeous video game worlds that I have ever explored, and I do not think that is ever going to change. It left that big of an impression on me. Despite all the well-deserved praise Xenoblade gets for its incredible world design, the maps mostly feel empty, save for the packs of enemies and the occasional NPC just chilling around, waiting to dump another useless side quest on you. There are long periods of time where you will just be walking, taking in the scenery, and killing enemies. This is all well and good, except for the fact that you're walking, and killing enemies takes several minutes of your time. With no dedicated sprint button, getting from point A to point B can be a humongous pain in the ass. There were so many times I just wanted to run past a group of enemies, but I physically could not because Rex's run speed is that of a toddler who shat himself. And with the way that the maps are designed, you almost have no choice but to fight the enemies. It's all very linear despite it looking so open and vast. And I remember these times where I got into a 5-minute long engagement, died, and then had to run all the fucking way back just to die again. I hate these moments, and I remember them well. To be honest, they almost destroyed my desire to even play this game. I loathed combat, exploring was starting to become a chore, and the rose-tinted glasses I was wearing were starting to crack. Only one thing fueled my desire to finish this game. Only one thing had the capacity to reach into my heart, grab it, and imprint itself onto me. The characters. I have not played another game in my life with characters as unabashedly anime as Xenoblade.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
I want to see just how good you are, chum. I've been waiting here for 3 whole days already.
Their dialogue, character arcs, and interactions between each other felt as if the script was written by a bunch of Japanese high schoolers. I don't say this to degrade the game, because it ended up being one of my favorite things about it. Each character has a distinct yet instantly recognizable personality, which makes it easy to understand their motives and mannerisms. For example, Rex, the protagonist, is a good boy. He believes in doing what's right, fighting for his friends, and works hard to achieve his goals. He'd be a pretty boring character by himself, but once you stick him with a group filled with colorful and interesting personalities, his character really begins to shine. One of my favorite examples of this is when Rex and Pyra help Tora, an autistic furry with an insatiable need to be as annoying as humanly fucking possible. They collect materials for him so they can save their friend, only to discover that Tora had used the materials to build himself a robot sex maid. Their reaction was priceless to say the least, and so was mine. The moment it left me with an eternal grin on my face due to how absolutely insane it was. The game had just sent me on a fetch quest, which I hate, and I hated doing, but to reward me with a moment of genuine hilarity. Not all of the characters are hyperactive meme lords though. Some actually have restraint and the ability to speak without sounding like an insane person. Morag, one of Rex's traveling companions who he teams up with a little under halfway through the game, was one of my favorite characters. She's intelligent, well-spoken, and the leader of a whole entire military. The moment I instantly connected with her character was when she devised a false rumor of Nia's execution, which easily baited Rex and Pyra to come to her aid. Holy fuck, guys. An actual smart person in Xenoblade, who isn't only driven by their pure raw emotion. Who would have thought? Who would have thought, honestly? I'm looking at you, Rex, you British bastard. It also doesn't hurt that her blade and right-hand woman, Bridget, is hot as hell. I mean, literally, look at her. Her hair and outfit are on fire. I could talk about plenty of the characters and why I enjoy them, but I wanted to talk about one more specifically. Someone who caught my attention straight away and provided me one of the biggest moments of pure entertainment in the whole game, perhaps even the whole of 2019 when I played it. Nia. Nia is a Gormati, which basically means she's a cat girl. She has a thick Welsh accent and is incredibly cynical and sarcastic. Nia is the straight man of the group and helps to keep tabs on everyone. I normally don't like sarcastic people because I find that it can become incredibly tiresome being in the company of those types of personalities, but Nia manages to find this perfect middle ground where she's incredibly fun and interesting throughout the entire game, and she keeps everyone in check. It's a good time, good time. She has an interesting backstory where she was part of a successful experiment which made her equal parts cat girl and equal parts immortal weapon of ancient technology, so that's interesting. Toward the end of the game, she finally comes out of the closet and reveals this to Rex, and I just have to say, this moment was single-handedly the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. Oh my god. Holy shit.
What's the point in living if I have to hide? Thank you for helping me see. I love you, Rex.
What?
The incredible string instruments playing in the background as Nia confessed her love to Rex, only for this dumbass to say unenthusiastically, "What?" And to add insult to injury, she fights tooth and nail against the apparitions in the Spirit Crucible, only to be weakened in battle. She's about to be killed until Rex steps in and says,
Rex!
Nia, I love you too. I love you and all you guys.
"Oh!" Xenoblade is filled with moments like this, moments of pure chaos, stupidity, cheese, and anime. I'll love and cherish these moments forever because they brought me so much entertainment and joy. I think that the true duality of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 are these moments when I felt so tired of actually playing the game, only for the next cutscene to roll around and have my enthusiasm and motivation be instantly rejuvenated. The game was just so unfun to play, and it genuinely felt like a chore, but despite that, the characters and the visuals, they gripped me and kept me playing. So if you're a new person to Xenoblade and you want to get into the franchise, I just have to warn you, you need to understand what you're getting yourself into by playing the game. It is very long, 70 plus hours to complete the main story, even without completing very many side quests at all. It's a huge time commitment. Now, if any of the things about the gameplay seem to turn you off to it, don't play the game. Watch someone else play it on YouTube or Twitch. It will save you so much time and pain, and you'll still get the same experience of connecting with these characters, because if you do consume the game that way, you'll still be spending hours and hours and hours with these fucking characters. So I think that would be a good alternative to actually playing it. But if any of the things in the gameplay segment didn't bother you, or even excited you if you're an insane person, well, go ahead and purchase this game. It's on the Nintendo Store on Switch, and yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. I think everyone honestly can get something out of Xenoblade, whether it be a laugh, a cry, a meme. There are tons of memes, so if you're a fucking memester, you'll go nuts. But yeah, that's Xenoblade. I've been thinking about this game every month since I played it, guys. This game is such a fucking anomaly to me. Like, I've never played or experienced a game like this before. I just knew that I had to get the word out and make a video on it because this is so polarizing to me. I don't know whether or not I hate or I love this game. And to be honest, I think that despite everything bad that's happened to me in my playthrough, all the rage, all the anger, all the tilt, nastiness, I think that I genuinely did come out with a positive experience because the characters in the world were so strong. Now, please, who the fuck made this game again? I don't remember who made this game, but please, guys, developers, if you're going to make another Xenoblade, God's sakes, please fix the gameplay. Like, please. I want to give you money. I want to receive authentic experiences from you. But I don't want to sit through another fucking 70 hours of turmoil and chaos, okay? Like, I want a good game. Please. But yeah, guys, that's my video. So if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, maybe leave a comment if you hate me because I made fun of your most precious game of all time, or maybe you agree with me in some way and no one's ever brought up these points before. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Just want to say a quick announcement before the video's over. I do have a Twitch stream, so if you enjoyed this video and want more JohnsDogTags action, be sure to follow me on Twitch. I have 2 emotes right now, and they're fire!